Once the opportunity arose for him to close the show, he did it in emphatic style.
Whatever he hits falls.
KUGAN, CASSIUS, IFL TV, MTK Global at BXR Gym. Do you know someone you used to go to school with called Rusty?
Rusty? Russell Ellenby?
Well, they called him Rusty.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Is that him?
Yeah.
Because I saw him in French Martini. Do you know where French Martini is?
In Billericay.
In Billericay, yeah.
Like a small, skinny kid.
Don't know about that.
I think.
He was a bit loud.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, who's going to school with any?
Yeah, Rusty. I do know a geezer called Rusty.
But is his nickname Rusty?
Rusty, yeah. Russell Ellenby. Rusty.
Ellenby?
Ellenby. No,
not
Leonard's, bro.
Oh, shout out Rusty, anyway.
Yeah, shout out to you, Rusty.
Martini.
Long time no see.
What do you see now when you're looking at this?
I still find it quite strange that we're representing Billy Joe, like, after all these years. See a fighter that I've looked at for a long time and thought he's an extreme talent. Everyone in boxing knows how good he is. Excited to see him on November 9th get the win, but really excited to see him in 2020 because that's when we're going to find out everything about him. You know, he may be a great, but I will give him the opportunity to try and be a great, and the rest is up to him.
Well, you've just promised him the Canelo fight.
I think he's going. No, I haven't promised him. I think he's going to get it. I've just got a feeling he could be the guy, and he may be the guy that gets the pick for Cinco de Mayo. I mean, look, Canelo's got to beat Kovalev first, but I believe he will. And you know, I've got 4 guys there who all want the Canelo fight, and are probably the 4 candidates: Billy Joe, Callum Smith, Demetrius Andrade, and Gennady Golovkin. You know?
Who is the? I know we touched on it earlier in the interview with Billy, but who's it likely to be for November?
It's going to be an American, and we've written to the WBO. If you look at the WBO rankings, there's not that many choices. So we've written to the WBO and said, which of these would you accept effectively? Now
and what ones are they?
I mean, I'll talk to you about it when we announce it, because you know, I don't want to jeopardise anything I'm trying to do with the WBO. Let them answer the question. Yeah. So okay. I think tonight, tomorrow, but definitely before the end of the week, his opponent will be announced.
Run me through that card on the 9th of November.
Okay. KSI against Logan Paul. Billy Joe Saunders against whoever the announcement is. Devin Haney.
Against?
To be announced in due course. Just finalising opponent. Women's world title fight as well. And then probably 3 or 4 of our younger generation kids coming through. Diego Pacheco, Amo Williams maybe, Nikita Ababi, great fit for that card as well. And Vidal against Shannon Briggs.
What?
Vidal against Shannon Briggs.
What, on that card?
There's people calling it on.
Why don't you do it? It's one of them cards, you might as well stick that on.
Yeah, stick anything on.
Yeah.
No, every time I do an interview with you now, I can't stop thinking about no context then. I had to do a piece today with TalkSport summarising my no context hand clips and talking about what on earth
do you
talking
remember?
about. Yeah, I do.
No, but do you remember everything?
Pretty much. So.
You're not really giving no context on anything today though. I feel like you're...
I might do. Last Friday we were on one, weren't we?
Yeah.
I mean, that was
giving him a lot of content.
Interview. I think we've done 400,000 on that interview. So,
yeah. Well, the clip up on thingy had 600k.
Yeah. Well, one no context Hearn clip's had 4 million.
Oh.
So, you know, but he's obviously got a bigger platform than you. So, you know, all good, mate.
You're slag sometimes, isn't you? You really are. What's going on with Callum Smith then? What's going on with Callum Smith?
So we're trying to finalise his fight with John Ryder. November 23rd is the date we're looking at in Liverpool, and that's what I want to do. I mean, look, the main focus is May or June of next year. Anfield. You know, we had meetings with Liverpool. Everyone's very excited about that opportunity, but he's still got to get out in November. It just makes perfect sense to take him to Liverpool, to the arena. I mean, if we could get a domestic fight like John Ryder, great. And
is there an issue still going on behind the scenes? regarding Callum Smith?
No, I mean there was never an issue with Callum Smith. People were talking on his behalf to other people, and like you would, want to find out what's out there. We've got a good plan for Callum Smith. I believe this is the right place for him to be, especially with a mix of fighters that we've got for him to fight as well. And the bigger fights aren't really the problem. Those pay-per-view fights or the big fights in America, it's the ones in between. So it's getting him out in November on a Saturday night fight night, paying him the kind of money that he deserves because he's the #1 super middleweight in the world. But off pay-per-view in the UK, it's very difficult to do. So unfortunately, we're going to have to do what we don't like to do, which is lose a load of money to do that. But it's part of the bigger term picture, and I believe right now, Callum Smith's the #1 super middleweight in the world. These two might be contesting that right next spring, summer.
So as far as you're concerned, he will still fight on your show on the 23rd of November?
Yeah, unless he decides he don't want it or pins me off. But it's not that conversation hasn't really been. Everything's very positive.
As far as you know, is he happy with you?
Yeah, I've had Callum since the start of his career. We've done an amazing job for him. He went into the World Boxing Super Series, which obviously wasn't our shows. I felt like that really affected his profile, but he made a load of money and came out a world champion. So you can't say that was a bad decision. But now I feel like we have got to pick up the momentum, and that starts with a Saturday night fight night with a big audience in his home city in a really good domestic fight.
See some comments that you made regarding Wilder-Ortiz on Fox pay-per-view.
Yeah, what did I say?
In reference to Al Haymon, you know what he said?
What did I say?
Right, let me get the exact quote and then you can tell me if you said it. You must have said it.
Oh, was that the Benson that put that out? Yeah. No, I said I just feel like Haymon's done Espinosa nice and dirty. I mean, the problem is some people fight so hard to keep a fighter and to stop them from doing certain deals. So in this instance, the DAZN deal for Deontay Wilder, right? That was a deal where it wasn't pie in the sky. That money was there, solid, not. We'll worry about that later. Maybe we put it on pay-per-view and we can generate the money. No, it's just there. No pressure, no drama. It's no big deal. You fight, you get paid. But to keep them elsewhere, they had to guarantee an amount of money that made absolutely zero sense on that platform. This is just my take, by the way. Right? The gospel according to Hearn. The gospel according to no context now. So what I'm saying is Haymon goes to Espinosa and says, we've got to keep Deontay Wilder. Espinosa says, I'll back you out. Right? Showtime will put him on against Brazil. Don't panic. I'm sure Al done his conkers on that fight as well. And then after that fight, they go back and they say, now we've got to put Ortiz on pay-per-view. What's the deal? What's the guarantee? Obviously that didn't work for Espinosa because the deal probably was made not to work. And then they slip it onto Fox. I mean, have you seen the migration of fighters from Showtime to Fox from Haymon? I mean, really, on Showtime now, you've only got really Gervonta, who I believe Fox actually didn't want on their platform initially. It's a rumour.
Where did you hear that?
That's internal industry rumour.
Sources.
Right? Sources. So what I'm saying is there are no fights on Showtime anymore. So if I'm the boss of Showtime, I'm saying, so wait up. We've invested in Wilder against Brazil, which didn't even rate that well, paid a fortune, and now we've been done, as Derek Chisora says, with no Vaseline for the pay-per-view fight. What the fuck's going on? That's how I'd see it. Maybe I'm wrong. Very unlikely. But, it's a case of, like I said, no Vaseline, nice and dirty, and I'm sorry, son, but that's the way it is.
Straight in.
Well, you said that bit. But, and I don't believe Showtime will stay in boxing. I said this a while back. Even my good friend Bob Arum said it as well. I just believe the market's gone that crazy that the bosses will be looking at it saying, we don't want to spend crazy money in boxing. Because at the moment they're not a player, are they? Look at the DAZN schedule in boxing. It is sick, bruv, innit? It is though, isn't it? It's by far.
Is it Peng?
It's Peng-ting. But it is by far the best schedule in boxing. Like in America, unquestionably. And Showtime, they're not even at the races. I mean, Fox got a good schedule, ESPN got a good schedule, but there's only 3 players. DAZN, Fox, and because he's slowly gone, done a deal with Fox and gone, okay, follow me. Okay, this way to Showtime, this way to Fox. All right, everybody, off we go. Come in.
Are you convinced that 23rd of November that fight will take place?
Who knows? Probably, yeah.
Yeah, you go.
But someone's going to do $10 million in the hole. I mean, that's not a nice day, you know?
If you was handing out a bit of your advice
I
to
would have taken
whoever,
the DAZN deal.
what would you do?
I would have taken the DAZN deal. I would have gone, this is an incredible amount of money that's secure. It's not based on pay-per-view buys. It's not related to a gate. It's guaranteed money. Take the money. Don't worry about trying to keep a broadcaster happy. Don't worry trying to keep the credibility of having Deontay Wilder on this platform. Take the money for the fighter so that every time you do a fight, you don't have to worry about where the money's coming from. Because this is what's happening at the moment. Do the maths. With what the broadcaster's paying or what the pay-per-view's generated, plus the gate, plus costs equals deficit 10 mil. Right? Do you want to run a business where you're losing £10 million a fight of investors' money? No.
Alright, let's switch to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
That will creep up pretty quickly, wouldn't it?
11 weeks.
11 weeks.
Yeah.
Undercard.
Yeah.
Update on the undercard.
So, working towards Alexander Povetkin against Michael Hunter, Liam Smith against Jesse Vargas, Scott Quigg against John O'Carroll, bit of a cheeky one out of
Cheeky one, yeah.
Philip Hergovich, and maybe one more.
Definitely won't be a woman's fight on there.
I don't know. I don't think so. It hasn't really been discussed. We've got Katie Taylor boxing on November 2nd, Terry Harper on that card as well. Shannon Courtney's boxing looks like October 26th, and then a next gen in December. So
You're all out of girls.
we've got Jessica McCaskill, she boxes October the 12th. Got another female signing coming soon.
Terry Harper is fighting Vivian
Openov, great
Orban,
fight, really good fight.
who people will know from her win
Stopping
over
Natasha Jonas. Yeah.
Natasha Jonas. Talk to me about the signing of Terry Harper.
Had her on the show in Sheffield. Really, really nice girl. I really like what Steffi Ball does with his fighters because you know I know that like being a big promoter and dealing with a load of fighters all the time. Don't get me wrong, it's an honour. But sometimes when you're a smaller promoter or manager, you get to have these bonds with fighters, and it sometimes means so much more because you're completely emotionally and mentally invested in 2 or 3 different fighters or projects. You know what I mean? So like Steffi is completely invested in Terry, and I love that. And I want to give him the opportunity as much as I want to give her the opportunity to see where she can go. I think she's technically really good, and I think she punches hard. She's a big super featherweight. Also, she has a fantastic following in Yorkshire, and I think she's going to have big support. And she'll have big support in Manchester in November. So she's going to fight Obernorth, and then I want to see her go on and fight for the other versions of the world title.
Do you regard yourself as a big promoter? Yeah.
I'll regard myself as a fucking huge promoter, the biggest in the world and the best in the world.
Did you actually believe that? Yeah.
Who is the bigger and better promoter
No,
than me?
I'm asking you.
No, I'm asking you now. You can't beat me.
You want to film a bit of this, yeah?
Yeah.
Go on. Yeah, you're talking about you being a fucking huge promoter.
Yes, it's great. Yeah,
You're a big deal, aren't you, really?
Do I what?
You're a big deal in boxing, aren't you, really?
Call me what you want. I'm just saying I'm the best promoter in boxing. Unquestioned.
Where would you rank yourself in power?
All time?
No. In power and influence in boxing.
It's not even close. No, I would say it's between me, Al, and Bob.
Yeah?
But then you've got very powerful people like John Skipper, like still SB. You've still got ESPN, a pair of powerful, you know, like
MTK.
MTK, you know, doing really well. Yeah, but it's not really a power struggle. I'm not saying I'm the most powerful man in boxing. I'm just saying I'm the best.
I just wondered where you rank. You know, like, I think it's Mike Coppinger does his list of the most influential.
What's what, mate?
Mike Coppinger.
Yeah, I was fourth when I was on it.
Was you fourth?
It was Al Haymon, John Skipper, Nick Khan, me, Bob Aaron. Yeah. I mean, you know, I'm not saying that I'm the number one most influential man in boxing, but I'm definitely in the top one. Do you know who said that?
Go on.
Brian Clough.
He did. Do you know, like you always say about Joshua Ruiz, you say, like, for the first time, no one's talking about the fight after. In your head, are you thinking about after? Not at all.
Honestly.
No discussions, nothing.
Just about winning this fight. I just want Josh to win this fight. And we'll worry, everything else will fall into place after that. He may retire after this fight. Who knows? I mean, anything's possible.
What, win or lose, he might retire?
That's a throwaway comment that you're probably going to use as clickbait.
No, I won't. I'll tell you, for you, I won't.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate that. But it's like, you know, this is everything, this fight. Everything. So, I want total focus on this and win this fight, become the biggest thing in boxing, and just see.
When did you last speak to him?
2 or 3 days ago. The difference really in this camp is more about the sparring, because obviously he did 6 weeks camp for Miller and then switched it up to Reed. Couldn't really get the people we wanted, very difficult to replicate. So now it's about really keeping that, you know, sparring and the preparation 1,000,000% perfect.
Have you stand there. Could you stand there actually? Okay. Anything that you can tell us about Dylan Whyte? And I always ask you, but
same thing. He actually had a missed call from him just now. So him and his lawyers dealing with UCAD. We're hoping for an October something, and you know he's free to fight tomorrow. But I do feel like we want some kind of closure, and broadcasters do, the fans do. You know, otherwise you're going to ask me every interview, and I understand you have to do that. So hopefully that gets dealt with.
So, but how is he when you spoke to him?
He's depressed. I mean, he's down in the dumps. You know, he wants to get on with his career, and he feels like he's done nothing wrong. So, just got to get that confirmed to the public, and then onwards and upwards.
Your show in December. You're doing a show in America in the middle of December.
Yeah.
Where is that?
Undecided yet. Be announced. Be decided next week. I go to New York on Tuesday.
Who will be on it though?
Danny Jacobs.
Yeah. Chavez.
Possibly. Discussions about that fight. Trying to make the Tevin Farmer Jojo Diaz fight as well.
Oh.
Be a good fight. Callier fight against Estrada is a fight around that time. Like, loads of fights, mate. I actually need more dates running into the end of the year, so you won't be short of fights.
Your Monaco show on the 30th of November. You've outlined
possibly Gassiev. Yeah. Zhang against Kuzmin.
Yeah.
Joe Caldina will be boxing on that card. Joe Caldina looks like he might step down to super featherweight, and I might box him against Tinoco, who beat Jordan Gill. And Charlie Edwards could rematch Martinez on that card.
Coley as well on that card?
Coley possibly as well, yeah. Against Romanov.
Are you going to do like what are you doing in the UK in December?
In December, just the next gen.
So there's no end of year Christmas cracker?
No, well, it will be, but it'll be a next gen Christmas cracker.
Yeah, but wait, what's going on now? Because every year there's always like a little thing we look forward to.
To be fair, I think Joshua Ruiz is
but that's
cracker
Saudi,
of all fucking crackers.
That's Saudi.
So it's alright.
Not doing a little one 4 days for a little cheeky one before Christmas?
One? Okay.
Where's the next gen one then?
Probably your call. And we've also got a golden tournament in December.
That's on the 13th of December?
Yep.
Can you give me, before we go, just give me 30 seconds of no context. Give me something.
No. Oh, there's a few bits in this interview you can take it from. We've just got to calm the no context down. Let's not milk it too badly. The great thing is someone,
I noticed something about you.
Someone came past what?
I noticed something about
what?
you.
What were you noticing?
I'm gonna. Do you know what? It's interesting this, right? Do you know you always used to say when you're starting off, right? When you're starting off, everyone's like, go on. As soon as you get up there, everyone's like, he's a wanker.
Yeah.
You've just done that to no context terms.
No, but I've flipped it. I've flip reversed it. People are actually going to me, do you know what, Hearn, you're alright, you are. I think there's a very small chance that some boos might turn into cheers. Through no context Hearn. Not through me, even though it's the same person. But people are actually suddenly thinking that I'm alright through no context Hearn. So it's like an alter ego. But I've got this weird sensation that in Newcastle I might get cheered. I doubt it, but I think no context Hearn's actually doing me a few favours. I walked past Liverpool Street today, some bloke comes up and goes, "You're that geezer from No Context Hearn." I went, "No, that's fucking me." Dude, you're that geezer of No Context Hearn. Well, yeah, I'm Hearn, that's me. Yeah, you're in that thing, aren't you? That thing that bloke uses. That's what's me, it's about me.
Oh God. So you satisfied with your end of year in the UK?
Yeah.
In the UK?
In the UK, yeah, we got obviously October the 19th, brilliant card in Newcastle. Yeah. Done 8,000 tickets for that. October 26th, the week after.
How tickets gone for that?
October 26th, done about 10,500. So still got another 5,000 or 6,000 to go, but we'll do it. That's an absolute humdinger. November the 2nd.
Katie
Taylor, Crawler, Boatsi, Cullen against Cash, brilliant card. November the 9th, KSI. November 23rd, hopefully we'll bring Callum Smith, John Ryder for the World Super Middleweight title. December 7th, Joshua Reyes, and an X-Gen as well. 3 golden tournaments in there. I think it's a cracking
Monaco
schedule.
30th.
Monaco on the 30th.
Okay.
A couple of Italy's sprinkled.
Sprinkled.
Right. Alright.
Alright, you got anything else you'd like to add?
Me enough?
You got anything else you'd like to add?
No, thank you very much. Thank you for all the
Are you
support.
alright?
I'm very well. I'm just going to go over there and do some. Got all the national journalists over there. I'll give them my time.
Alright, man.
Thank you.
The opportunity arose for him to close the show, and he did it in emphatic style.
Whatever he hits falls.